TPUSA, y'all are starting to look really shady.
PASCAL, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, guys, I know we're back at it with another conversation about this TPUSA, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens debacle. Now, but I got to be real. It has been absolutely crazy, and now it's just getting messier than ever before. Now, I just want to show you guys this clip real quick, a quick trip down memory lane, because I want to remind you, TPUSA did finally react, did finally respond to Candace Owens' multitude of allegations. I mean, she basically is saying that TPUSA is the reason why Charlie Kirk is no longer on this planet, y'all. Okay? You can do the dun 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 all day long, right? But after she said in a tweet, guys, whoever has ever donated to TPUSA, demand your money back. They betrayed Charlie Kirk. They've been lying to all of us. And she said, I'm going to drop names. I'll be naming names. I'm going to expose all of that. The only moment when they finally started to speak out, don't you notice, is when the money was mentioned, when she finally said, hey, ask for your damn money back because they're lying to you. That's when they finally made this statement, okay? And of course, they don't really address the things that she's put out, all these allegations. He just basically talked about those topics, okay? He skated around those topics. He didn't come in with receipts or anything of that sort, okay? For those of y'all who think something sinister is going on within TPUSA, okay? And for those of y'all who think that nothing's going on and this is just one big dramatic conspiracy theory, yeah, I think it's interesting that we're not hearing much of the evidence. We're not seeing the receipts. We're just hearing him skate around that kind of stuff and then keep it moving. And of course, for those of us that are on the side of like, is this all just drama for the sake of drama? We're all wanting to see how this is going to unfold. And I'm going to be real. I'm watching it. You all are too. Doesn't matter if you think this is a fugazi, you think this is fake news, you think it's real or not. We are all doing the same damn thing. We are still sitting here going, what's going on in this neck of the woods? Okay? Because literally we're seeing MAGA basically implode. Okay? It's literally getting dismantled from the inside out. They are all cannibalizing each other. It's absolutely insane what we're seeing here, especially when it comes to this Charlie Kirk situation. Now, Candace Owens has had some very serious allegations against TPUSA. She went after their money too, which is a no-no. You don't do that, especially when they've made crap tons of millions of dollars. I'm going to be real, off of Charlie Kirk's demise. Let's be real. They're selling T-shirts. They did a whole memorial, which was basically a glorified telethon, almost. Okay, it was like a fundraiser, a WWE fashioned styled fundraiser. While they were saying goodbye to their good friend Charlie Kirk, they still raised millions, buckets of money, y'all, millions of dollars during that time. And then we're selling the shirt that he was wearing when he lost his life that said freedom on it, okay? It's just very interesting. Nonetheless, they made millions off of all that stuff, and they continued to do so. But of course, when she said, ask for a refund, woo! This is when they finally responded. Like I said, they have been skating around certain information, but they did say something at the end of the video. Let's take a listen.
Oh, here's what is going to happen. In the near future, there will be a live stream here in Phoenix where we address in a clear and comprehensive way the claims and accusations, the false accusations that have been made against Charlie's family, friends, and the people here at Turning Point. We plan to walk through everything carefully and thoroughly. If Candace is available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix. At this point, we believe the ball is back in her court. Our motivation for doing this is not out of any obligation to Candace. It is about honoring Charlie.
Okay, Now, you heard all that, right? This is about honoring Charlie. This is about getting the information out here. This is about being real. This is being about being transparent and all that. And of course, she responded. She was like, "Hell yeah, we could do it tomorrow. Holla at your girl. Let's get it going." She goes, "In fact, you could even raise money. You can even raise money during the whole freaking event, during our whole conversation." She said, "Challenge accepted," which, by the way, it's kind of sad because in my mind, I don't see this as a challenge. I see this as trying to air out all the stuff that's been going on, right? Trying to air out the truth, trying to air out the speculations and the conspiracy theories. I don't see this as a challenge. I don't, and the way that they're trying to do this and make it look like the way that they're dressing it up is making it seem like they're trying to do some sort of debate, right? And this shouldn't be a debate because there's only facts. And if they have the facts, then that is what should be looked at and talked about. And of course, if she has some questions, understandably, then she should be able to ask those questions, rightfully so. And hopefully they have the receipts to back this up. But she did do a video, which we already saw, where she said, "Game on, challenge accepted. We could do this anywhere. Okay, I don't care. We could do this in the middle of the street. I'm ready anytime, anywhere. You name the time and place. Fine. I'm going to do this." Now, this is what's very interesting about this. So Blake, the guy who was just speaking just a second ago, he's part of TPUSA. He also put out a tweet as well. He basically said, "Yesterday, we made it clear that we would be scheduling a formal response to the allegations and accusations you have made." This is directly to Candace Owens, okay? "So, we have decided that that the response will be delivered during a live stream on December 15th. So, not this coming Monday, but next Monday, all right?" And of course, they're like, "Hey, thank you so much for your response. Let us know if you will not be joining the live stream. Okay? Let us know what's popping, and we will have no problem having you a part of that live stream," which I think is also very interesting, right? Because of course, this is aggravating and angering Candace Owens, because she's sitting there going like, "Wait a second. I really want to do this. I really want to do this conversation, but you're telling me the day, and it happens to land on a day that I can't be in person in that location," right? Now, I think this is very interesting, and I can see her side, but I can also see how there are other people out here that are responding to this being like, "Come on, girl. Like, you got an opportunity to do this, and now you're just trying to find excuses on why you can't go now." They're like, "I call this BS." So we got to talk about that here too. All right, we're going to look at both sides. I try to keep it as even keel as I possibly can, okay? I got my opinions. I got my thoughts on this whole situation as well. You're going to hear that as well. But like I said, I want you to hear what both sides are thinking about this situation. And some people think, like what Candace Owens is going to say right here, that they just conveniently are doing this live stream regardless if she's available or not for that December 15th live stream event. That's ridiculous. You say, "We're going to air everything out. We're going to talk about all these things. We would love to have Candace Owens there to talk about all this, to answer any of her questions." And then when she says she can't make it on that specific day, you say, "Too bad. We're still going to do it anyway." Seems a little sus, don't you think? Let's take a look at her response. It's very interesting.
Here is what Blake tweeted out just now before we went live on the show. "Yesterday, we made it clear that we would be scheduling a formal response to allegations and accusations that you have made. We have decided that that response will be delivered during a live stream," as he said, a live stream, "on December 15th. Thank you for your response, letting us know that you will not be joining the in-person conversation. We will be proceeding without you. Why are you proceeding without me? To have a conversation that is about me. Why am I getting 24 hours to respond? Why do you need me there in person if you are trying to be sincere and answer the very many questions that I have brought up on this show?"
Now, I don't get it why they can't just do it via video call, okay? plenty of shows do Skypes or Zoom calls and just have the person come in via from their own studio and let them do their freaking thing, right? So it is kind of strange that they're like, we're going to proceed whether you're there or not. And the fact that they're like, we need you in person for this particular thing is a strange demand. It's like, wait a second, let her just do it from her home. Why does she have to fly all the way out to Arizona, probably on her own dime, maybe not on her own dime, but to do this thing when she could easily do this whole conversation and air out all the dirty laundry and squash all the beef, maybe not, from her own home? That seems a little bit weird to me, y'all. Don't you think?
You guys weren't even sincere in what you said yesterday. You told some glaring lies about things that I have said. So we're supposed to trust that you guys are going to handle this discussion all by yourselves and respond to any and every allegation. And this isn't just some planned PR for once and for all. Like I said, this is so obvious. He is being completely destroyed in the comments because what's happening at Turning Point, and I've seen this happen before, is they now believe that they are smarter than their audience, right? They think they are smarter than their small pocket donors. They can pull such an obviously crappy public move like this and pretend, well, we tried.
Yeah.
We tried. You know, she said she could make it work and we tried, but it has to be physically, she needs to be in person, even though we have shown that we have people join us not in person and it's live streamed and we both have the tech capabilities to do that. If she doesn't make this work within 24 hours, we can now say that it's on Candace. This is a disaster, okay? It is a dumpster fire.
Well, it's already been a dumpster fire. Let's keep it real. It's already been a dumpster fire way before they even responded, okay? There's been all kinds of allegations. It has been an absolute mother-loving mess. But one thing I think is very strange and very true, I agree with what she's saying here, that, hey, there is an opportunity. There's plenty. We got technology, baby. We got technology, okay? Just because you can't have me in person does not mean that we can't still do this thing live streamed. Technology, baby. Technology is everything. But it is interesting because at the end of the day, they're like, oh, you can't make it? I mean, at least that's what she is alluding to, that they're like, oh, suddenly, oh, that's so sad. You can't make it? Darn. We're just going to keep doing what we doing. You know, we ain't going to stop. We're going to do our thing. And then we will tell the audience that you couldn't make it because of God knows what. You see what I'm saying? It is it's very shisty. It's a shisty move. It can be seen as shady as hell. Then at the same time, there are other people out here that are trying to react to this situation, basically saying that she's dodging the situation because of, being worried about being known that she's going to be in the Arizona area, especially with all these people, allegedly foreign entities trying to take her out as well. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I see the point on that side too, right? If she really is, we got to talk about that other side. If she really is this hell-bent on getting nothing but the truth, going scorched earth, as a lot of us have said, then wouldn't she just pack up a bag, fly out to Arizona, have a sit down, and just have the conversation right there in person? But then at the same time, like I said, you look at TPUSA. If they really want to bury the hatchet once and for all, talk to the person, the main source that is coming out with all of these allegations. Wouldn't you be okay with just having her via internet, via video phone call, and just do the damn thing? Like I said, it's so strange to me. This is an absolute, as she said, dumpster fire. It's a circus, but it's been like this for a while now.
It's the only way to describe what is happening at Turning Point USA today and right now is a dumpster fire. Everyone can read this for what it is. As I said, they are getting destroyed in the comments. Like, really, guys? Really? You're not going to just send us a simple live stream link and let us join you? We've had people on this show live streamed. We could have them tomorrow. I said, in response, I said to them, I'll make this work. I also attached to that tweet, any day leading up to the 15th. We can do this virtually any place and any time. But no, They need to have it in person in Phoenix on December 15th, or they cannot have me at all. Is that passing the vibe check for you guys? Or does it seem like more posturing and more of a way for them to simply be in the room with themselves as they all lie without any person in the room to be able to fact check those lies, who have researched those lies and who have kept a list regarding the very many lies they are telling? Okay. I maintain that Turning Point is engaged in a cover-up. That is how I feel. Okay. And like I said, it pains me to say that because this was once a bright spot in the conservative movement. It is no longer.
Now, let me just say this. I don't know about it being whether or not it's lost, like the light has dimmed or not. Okay. But one thing is for sure. All right. The fact that they're not willing to do something about this and work it out with her is ridiculous. I'm sure by the time this video is uploaded and seen, I'm sure TPUSA is going to make a freaking Yui. Okay, they're going to bang a Yui real quick, a complete 180, and try to work things out with her because she made this public knowledge. But also, I want to also point out, I said this in the other video, and some of y'all felt some type of way about me saying what I said in the last video covering this whole Candace debacle, this Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk debacle. She said right there, this is what I feel. That this whole thing is a cover-up. The TPUSA is covering up. That is what I feel. I hate to say it, but that's what she feels. She has no solid evidence of those things, and that can get very messy when you're just saying, I feel. Like, I have feelings about certain things that have happened in the world, but do I say them out loud as if they are absolutely 110% true with no evidence to back it up? No. I might say it between friends, hanging out, having some libations and just being like, between you and me, this is what I think about such and such. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I feel. But if it's like, yo, here's proof that X, Y, and Z happened at this particular moment. Here's the proof. See all the receipts, bro? They're right here, bro. You see what I'm saying? Knowing is something. Feeling is something completely different. But she just said that. I'm just reminding you guys, this is something that she says a lot about, or this is what she says a lot in her vernacular. No disrespect. But when she says, I feel, I'm like, okay, cool. That's how you feel. But can you back that stuff up with facts? But let's hard evidence. How's that? Let's just go with that. Because to say TPUSA is part of a cover-up with no backing whatsoever, like I said, this could get very dangerous and bad for her too, legally speaking as well, right? But again, we'll find out. They're moving strange, okay? TPUSA is acting very strange right now. They offered her an opportunity to be there. She said, I can't be there physically, but I could do a video chat. No problem, bro. Let's do it. And they're like, nah, we need you in person. Nah, we good. We're good. See you later. Are you kidding me? Are they just, and I guess this is a question that TPUSA has to answer. Are they more concerned about the views? Let's be real. Are they more concerned about the views? The views they'll still get because she's still physically in the conversation with them via video chat. You see what I'm saying? So why do they need her physically there? That seems a little bit odd, but we're going to continue.
They are using left-wing tactics, calling us names rather than answering us questions. It's everything Charlie stood against, okay? You don't need to call somebody a racist because they're asking questions about what happened with George Floyd leading up to his death, okay? That is a way that you skip over having to debate logically, is you name call. All Blake Neff did was name call yesterday. All the pastors have been doing. It's demonic, it's possessed, it's evil. How about you simply answer the questions and stop behaving like you're a radical leftist? Everyone can see what you're doing. And that's what I want you guys to know. It's very clear, okay? I'm not asking people to defend me. You are just genuinely this transparent. So I am sorry that I cannot arrive in person because it's our last week on air before the holidays. I am still very happy, and I will say it again, to make that date and time and place because I'm here and we have the technological capabilities to make it so, make it work. We can move it around and we can do it even at midnight. I will stay awake and I will make that work for you at midnight, anytime. Just send me a link. In the meantime, we are just going to start investigating harder because you're not acting right, okay? You guys are not acting right, and you are not going to be able to get yourselves out of it by trying to be tricky like that. And like I said, the fact that you mentioned the Egyptian planes so many times yesterday without providing a valid answer or reason as to why we should just ignore military planes that are circulating that don't belong to our country, we're going to stay focused on that.
Okay. So obviously she is basically going scorched earth. We can see that now. All right. She's definitely in her feelings about this, and it's obviously aggravating her and her followers. Right. And remember, she has a very, very big platform. All right. Very big platform. A lot of people. I'm trying to freeze it on a part where she doesn't look too crazy. Okay. No help whatsoever. But you see what I'm saying? She is going scorched earth on this whole situation. She feels like this situation with TPUSA is fake, that they're just doing everything they can to cover their tracks. She believes that there is some sort of cover up going on and all that. And I'm telling you right now, if it's true, this is not the greatest look for TPUSA. Right now, when they say, we're offering you an opportunity to say what you need to say your piece, but we need you here physically. And she's like, I can't do that, but I can be there through technology. And they're like, nope, that's not good enough. That looks weird. It's not a good look for TPUSA. It does look like, yeah, they are trying everything they can to make her look like she's backing out. Now, here's the thing. She's not backing out. She is trying to say, I can do technology. I can do video chat. You guys have the technology to do that. You've had people chime in on your show through that technology. Why can't you do the same thing for me now? But what's interesting is there are a lot of people out here that are reacting to this and saying, this is absolute trash, what she's saying. That she should be able to just have no problem hopping on a plane and flying out there and doing what she do, okay? And debate or challenge their allegations, challenge her allegations to them and get the clarity and clarification and the truth that I think all of us want to know about this whole Charlie Kirk situation. Because let's be real, the Charlie Kirk situation is weird. The facts that they gave us do not fit. They don't make sense. The 30-06 wet bullet that was used most definitely was not used, okay, with the information that's been out here. All of us that have common sense knows that for sure. Something strange is going on. Is it TPUSA that's involved? That is a very strong allegation to put out here with no backing. This is the reason why Candace Owens needs to be in this conversation with TPUSA so she can push back any of the claims or any of the stuff that they try to put out as truth out here for everyone that wants to know the truth. You see what I'm saying? So again, when they say, we would love to have you on, but oh darn, you can't make it. Shoot, that's a pity. It's messed up. It's absolutely messed up. I agree. It's messed up. But at the same time, they should be cool with doing it via internet. Here's the other thing, though, too. There's been a lot of people reacting to her saying, I will not go there physically. I will do this, right? I don't see any problem with it. Personally, I don't. I don't see the big deal about it. I don't think that's her backing out. She gave the offer. They said, nope, that's not good enough. That's ridiculous. That's on them, okay? I can see why some people think that that's her just trying to find an excuse to not be in that space because maybe she's worried about falling on her face, right, in real time and in person. God only knows. But one thing is for sure. To me, it sounds like TPUSA is just going to keep that train moving whether or not she's even at the damn station. And she's trying to be there. just via internet. It's ridiculous. But one thing is for sure. People have been saying, well, if she's worried about being there because of being there physically because she doesn't want people knowing her whereabouts and how she's maneuvering out here in these streets because of these foreign entities trying to take her out. Well, it's kind of interesting because even the other night, she was at a conservative influencer party. I think it was a Tucker Carlson holiday event that she was literally taking photos with the likes of Jason Will, I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about. Okay. Alex Stein. Okay. Primetime Alex Stein, right? You got, you even have, I'm forgetting the comedian guy's name, but you know who I'm talking about. Okay. You see all these photos. I forgot his name, man. I feel bad. I'm forgetting his name, but you get what I'm saying. You're seeing all of these conservative faces and names at this event. She's physically there. A holiday event with other influencers. This would be prime time to do something bad to her. You see what I'm saying? This would have been an opportunity to do really bad things to her. Also, the other thing is that apparently she was spotted at Dollywood, which is basically like Dolly Parton's Disneyland or something like that. Days after she posted, I'm going dark. This is after all of these, these allegations of people trying to take her out. She was out there physically, out in the streets. I don't know about you, but if I had foreign entities basically saying, or I heard foreign entities say that they, through a source, say that they wanted to take me out, you ain't seeing me nowhere. You ain't even seeing me at the local grocery store. You feel me? So again, she ain't scared to be out here. That's not the case. She just can't do the show in person. That shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't. TPUSA, y'all better do something about that. Y'all better make this right. Because for a fact, the American people, the world, the people that have been dragged into this whole situation just want to know the truth. And 99.9% of all of us, even the ones that don't listen to Charlie Kirk, didn't even know who he was, for example, until he actually lost his life, were dragged into this whole situation because it's basically turned into another JFK type of situation. It's turned into basically a true crime story, all right, and a true crime case. We are all of us, from those who know him to those who just didn't know him until this whole sad situation happened, all want to know what happened here. That's it. And if they have any ties to the situation, you should be willing to have that conversation with the main person who is spearheading the questions in the first doggone place. Doesn't matter. If she's completely out of her mother-loving mind and she's wrong 110%, show it then. Bring her on the show via video chat and let her do her piece so that you guys can say your piece with your receipts and show proof positive that you have nothing to do with anything that happened tragically to Charlie Kirk. But what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, okay? Comment down below. Theo Vaughn. That's who I was trying to say. This mother lover. The guy up in there. Theo Vaughn, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Theo Vaughn, all right? Comedian Theo Vaughn. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, all right? Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll be talking here very soon. But anyway, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Gotta go. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. Jason Wilcox? You know who I'm talking about.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.